Coming up on TekThing, great big giant piles of hardware bargains and a warning about GPUs. We want to thank everybody that makes the show possible by contributing to patreon.com/TekThing. We're brought to you by viewers just like you.
I'm Shannon Morse.
And I'm Patrick Norton.
And this is TekThing, where we have something particularly useful in every single show.
Who are you channeling right now?
I don't know.
I'm Patrick Norton.
I just felt like being weird.
It's kind of funny. We had a request for a review of some inexpensive earbuds.
Yes.
And a request for a review of this like $45 gaming keyboard.
Yes, we did.
And I'm actually going on an honest to goodness driving from Denver to California vacation type thing.
It's a vacation. I'm so excited for you.
I know. It's like the first real vacation I've had in like 2 years.
And I've gone on like 6.
We won't talk about that. But you may have noticed I've been less than sympathetic. Like, I have to go to the Outer Banks to be with family. Uh-huh. World's tiniest violin. Oh my goodness. I am excited. And this snowballed into a complete, unhinged, insane collection of things. Bargains.
That's right, it did.
Cheap tech.
I am so excited about talking about cheap tech. Or I should say inexpensive, because it's not necessarily cheap stuff, because we've actually purchased all the things and we like them.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, first of all, you've probably heard Robert Heron and I talk about it for years on HD Nation and AVXL and Texzilla and probably here. Stop overpaying.
Yes.
For cables.
Stop overpaying for your cables. So I think the first thing on our list should be HDMI cables.
Yes.
Because those are the thing that people, I don't know why they still spend $100 on them.
I have 6 of these in my house.
Yes, so these are the ones that I have bought for pretty much everything for the past like 5 years. Amazon Basics high-speed HDMI cables, and they come in tons of different sizes. But the cheap one, 6 feet, $5.
Yeah.
$5 for a cable. So you can easily get a great bargain price on Amazon Basics cables for HDMI for anything. And they work great, and they are able to transmit 4K and everything. So very, very good cables are available there.
Ton of good ones on Monoprice too, especially the Redmere stuff.
Monoprice, yes, absolutely.
We both are big fans of Anker's USB cables.
Yes, we are. So Anker has created not only great external battery packs, but they also do really good with USB-C to USB 3.0 cables, which I have needed for my Nexus 6P. So I've been carrying these around for, since I purchased my 6P, I haven't had any issues with this, and I plug it in a few times a day usually because I'm playing Pokemon Go and my phone dies. So they work, they don't break, they're very easy to replace because they are so inexpensive at $10 for 3.
The cure for overpriced lightning cables from Apple that fall apart.
Yes.
Once again, we're going to turn to Anker. They're Powerline Lightning certified. Actually, the Powerline Lightning cables, Lightning USB charging cables, these are M5 certified, my understanding. Well, look, it says it right there. It must be true.
Those are great.
Well, actually, they are a huge improvement because instead of having sort of a cap there on the end and the cable, they've done a much better job of sort of tapering the cable and giving it some radius.
Good job, Anker.
Yes. These are actually pretty solid. And you have a Scosche charger that you like quite a lot.
I do,
This is like a cigar lighter power adapter.
So in our previous episode, I discussed how I purchased a dash cam. Well, that dash cam doesn't have the greatest charger that goes with it. This one I purchased, it's currently plugged into my car, and it has 2 USB, I believe those are there's 2.4 amps USB. So they're 2.4 amp USB ports, and they work flawlessly for my car, and I highly suggest them, especially for $12, since it can charge 2 items at once.
It'll do two amp charges simultaneously.
Exactly. So I find that that's extremely useful, especially when you have like husband and wife going on a car vacation.
Husband and wife.
Husband and wife.
I need my phone to navigate. I need my phone to not kill you before we get somewhere.
Exactly.
2 USB ports.
2.
If you need speaker cable, you can spend thousands on speaker cable if you want to. Or you can go to Monoprice and get their Choice Series 12 gauge. It'll be basically 12 gauge oxygen-free, pure bare copper speaker wire. 50 feet is going to run you approximately $15.13.
Not bad.
And if you want to run it through the wall, I have a ton of this in my house. The Access Series 12 gauge CL2 rated 2 conductor speaker wire, $16 or $17 for 50 feet, or $33 for a 100-foot spool. And if you're doing a bigger room like 5.1,
oh wow,
$83 for 250 feet of cable is about as good a deal as you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I actually have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do people spend so much money on speaker wires, Mr. Audio Guru?
Because people believe they will significantly impact the performance of the system. That said, now I'm not gonna deny anybody if they want to spend $10,000 on speaker cables. I would be the last person to prevent them from doing that. Assuming, like, you know what I mean? Are your bills paid? Are your children fed?
So it's kind of the same reason people pay a lot of money for HDMI cables.
No.
Oh.
Expensive HDMI cables, I just can't get behind unless they're particularly well built. But and even then, it's thin. With speaker cables. Look, I'm using $15 a spool speaker cable. Yeah. I know people with better ears than I do, and they say after you get a really, really good speaker and a really, really good amp and a really, really good source, they probably put the speaker, the source, the amplification, the preamp, you know, if you even use a preamp with your amplification, and then somewhere down around here would be speaker cables. Because in theory, different impedance matching on speaker cables can change the sound, or it's very, very subtle sound changes. But the reality is some people need a hobby.
Yes.
And swapping out speaker cables and listening for those subtle differences brings them happiness. And you know what? That's much better than torturing puppies in the basement. I'm just saying.
So, hey, we have a lot of friends that spend, you know, hundreds of bucks on smartwatches that end up sitting in a drawer. So, hey, if you are mostly about fitness tracking, just keep it simple. For example, I've been using the Fitbit Charge for about the past year and a half or so. I got the purple one, but if you feel like getting a sale, Amazon sells the teal one, or Slate, for $89.99. Nice. So you end up saving quite a bit of money. It's dropped in price. They originally started at $130, but I've been using this for a long time and I really like it. I know some people have had skin aggravation from the rubber band, but that's not a case with me. I've used a lot of the Fitbits and I like them. I guess not.
Oh my goodness.
Whatever.
And you know, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully there will be some new smartwatches that are awesome this fall. I certainly am waiting to see the update to the Apple. The Apple, the next generation Apple operating system seems to deliver, or Watch OS seems to deliver everything I think it should have had when it shipped.
So I really like the Fitbit Charge. It tracks calorie steps, it tracks how many stairs you've climbed, it tracks your mileage, so a lot of those type of things. And I like the social networking aspect of it as well, where you earn badges for like climbing 50 stairs.
You always need to get Pokemon to have the social badges with the Fitbit for the exercising. And then smush them all together.
This is a great idea.
This is a dangerous idea. If you're not ready for 4K, and most of you aren't, keep an eye on the 6300 series from Samsung and Vizio's E-Series. By the way, the 2016 models are out in volume for most of the major manufacturers. That's a 55-inch, a decent 55-inch. Oh, wait, it's a 4K.
For less than $1,000.
For $549. Okay, I probably wouldn't buy that particular one. I clicked on the wrong link. I don't buy any 1080p television that doesn't have full HDR support. But for 1080p, there are some fantastic deals out there in the E-Series, the Samsung 6300 series.
Yeah,
you get a lot of 1080p TV for not much money. And if you want something super, super simple, because I've been really frustrated with the operating systems in HDTVs forever. Yeah. I love the fact that TCL and other vendors are incorporating Roku into the television. Not the best image quality on the televisions, but in terms of not having to. Well, or just knowing that your actual the thing. If you don't want to basically plug a $100 box into your television, or a $50 box, or a $30 dongle, hey, Roku's pretty good about supporting their hardware.
And last off for this segment, I think we should grab the Chromebook. Because that's just the only word I can say is Chromebooks. I mean, you can do a lot of technology. You can do a lot of fun things.
We're going to have to science the...
You can do a lot of technolusting with this sub $200 hack top. I'm going to call it a hack top, so I'll just leave it right there.
Yeah, I've been amazed what you can do with the Chromebook. I mean, this is Lenovo. We've been playing around with for a while. The 100S has cost like $180.
It's not bad at all.
It's amazing what you can do with one of these. And by the way, you don't have to worry about your family members infesting the entire house with pain and suffering because they went to that website again.
Great gifts too, Chromebooks. Awesome gifts for your family or friends.
And then we closed in on back to school.
Who's spending $180 on their friends? I don't spend that much on my friends. Sorry, guys.
A couple of bottles of vodka, maybe some nosh. You can get there easy. Got a question? Curious to see us review something? Want more cheap tech? Got a tip? Got an idea? Fire them out. We'd love to hear from you. Ask at TekThing.com, please, or you can tweet at TekThing, at Snubs, or at Patrick Norton. And by the way, if you want to be part of the crew that makes this show possible, possibly the best bargain in technology programming ever, please contribute to the show at patreon.com/TekThing. Just $1 will make a difference, and you'll get access to our patron-only build videos and more. Thank you for your patronage, people. You make the show possible.
3 questions answered, 3 reviews, 3 picks, all in 3 minutes. This week's rapid fire roundup is cheap earbuds from Monoprice. And I believe we have 5?
5.
We have 5.
This got out of control.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Go.
I'm a big fan of Monoprice's 8323 premium hi-fi DJ style over-the-ear pro headphones for a whopping $16. These are my go-to for folks that want to spend nothing or need headphones for teens and toddlers that trash headphones. So when one of you asked, how good are the Monoprice 14456 dual driver earbuds with inline mic controller, I thought a roundup of Monoprice earbuds would be fun.
Yay!
So I picked 5 earbuds priced from $3.99 to $19.99 and some things I learned. Number 1, getting earbuds to fit properly in your ear canal can make a huge difference. Number 2, I think I've seen all of these on massive 30 to 60% off sales here and there on monoprice.com. Number 3, don't expect miracles. There are a lot of compromises here, but if you've been using the same earbuds that came with your phone 3 years ago, these might be a big step up. By the way, Monoprice has a 1-year replacement warranty, a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can listen to them yourself if you think I am full of stuff. One thing I want to say right now, the $3.99 Monoprice 8321 button design noise isolating earphones, everything I expected for $3.99.
Aww.
Awful.
Aww.
Awful.
Yeah.
Save them for listening to baseball games.
It's like the same price as a Starbucks coffee, so.
Less than what I paid for your Frappuccino this morning. So,
all right.
The earbud that started this all, the Monoprice 14456 dual driver earbuds with inline microphone and controller, which sell for an epic $19.99. They pack, it's a weird little figure 8 enclosure. They have dual 6mm drivers. The mic was meh. It's kind of an odd shape. It can be difficult to get into your ears. Basically, I ended up twisting it, like turning it 90 degrees and twisting it in.
Okay.
The bass was a touch boomy and overdone, and the highs were a little recessed and harsh. Not my favorite earbud experience. Which brings us to number 2, the Monoprice 9927 enhanced bass hi-fi noise isolating earphones, which sell for $7.99. These have a fantastic rep. I had a little trouble getting a good fit. In part because they're sort of ear-shaped with the cable coming out, sort of like a Nautilus shell.
Oh.
So that might be why I found the enhanced bass to be kind of normal. The highs were really harsh and the mids were recessed. A unpleasant experience for female vocals.
Ew.
But for more hard rock stuff, it seemed to be a little more enjoyable.
Okay.
But it seemed like the mids just kind of disappeared. Not a great thing if you're into vocals.
No.
The Monoprice 9396 Hi-Fi Premium Noise Isolating Earphones, black and red, sell for $7.41. I thought they were better than the 9927 on female vocals. They weren't great, but they were an improvement. The mids and bass seemed to overwhelm the highs, as if somebody went, I like, boom. That said,
too heavy for earbuds, huh?
not bad.
Oh,
just
okay.
a little, I think if they were a little more neutral, they would be hugely improved. The heartbreaker of this roundup. Not those. This one, the Monoprice
Number
13.
4?
Yes. There's so many earbuds, so little time. The Monoprice 13801 Hi-Fi reflective sound technology earphones with microphone. Depending on which color you get, they're either $9.99 or $3.99.
Depending on color.
Color.
Okay.
Yeah, the bronze ones sell for $3.99. I guess they're not selling a lot of bronze.
Apparently.
Quote, drivers are reversed to face out away from the ears. So the idea is that the drivers face this way, they bounce on the inside of the earbud, and the sound comes back around the drivers into your ears, I guess. Sounds gimmicky. Probably the nicest sort of design and build quality of all these that I looked at.
Okay.
Possibly the best sound staging of all of these. Not that there was much sound staging. Like for $170 to $100, you start getting a real sense of where the instruments are inside your head.
Definitely.
For $7, not so much. Here's the problem with the reflective earbuds. They were boomy. Way too much low end on anything with a decent bass line. And when I say way too much low end, I don't mean like, I'm not a bass head, I didn't really enjoy the experience of the dramatic low end. I mean blown out. Like, dude, you're the 14-year-old with the subwoofer in the Honda hatchback.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
Yeah, there was just, I guess I could have probably played around with an EQ. Maybe I will play around with an EQ, but... Wait,
did you say 14-year-old?
14-year-old?
I'm going to go with 16 because that's when I was allowed to drive.
Most people started driving. Or 17 if you're getting your driver's license today. Or
but
if
I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, they were blown out. I hate EQing earbuds, but I might try EQing those just to see if it helps.
Okay.
So, yeah, I thought they had potential if the bass wasn't so blown out.
Number 5?
The last one. I compared all of these to Panasonic's Ergo Fit from Amazon.com, $7.49, 4.4 stars on 33,600 reviews.
Wow.
They're pretty good value. Again, the highs are a bit harsh, the mids are a little recessed, and I thought the low end was really sloppy, not a ton of bass.
Okay.
I'd probably take one of the headphones on Monoprice over these. You know, they were better than the $3.99 Monoprice ones.
Yeah.
They are better than the super janky earbuds you stole off the airline or the ones that came with your phone 3 years ago. I would say buy one of these while you save up for something like One More's Triple Driver or Marshall's Mode, which just came out, which is getting fantastic reviews. Or for $25, try this pick from the Wirecutter crew, Harman Audio's AKG Y20U. They're saying it is the best thing you're going to get for $25.
Cool.
I'm just saying.
And I do trust Wirecutter reviews.
They are
good work.
Yeah, they are really putting the time in, and we appreciate that. Again, I think the 8323 headphones can stomp any of these except for, you know, fitting in your ear canal, which may be a priority. Got some thoughts? Got something you want to see us review? Are you fed up with me talking about audio gear? Let us know. Ask at TekThing.com. PC upgrades?
Yes.
PC tools?
All the time.
PC stuff?
Everything.
Fire it out.
Yay! So we decided to branch off into a couple of different subject lines as far as these go. The first one being stuff for your PC. So I found that there's multiple little things that you end up needing for a PC, no matter whether that's a desktop or a laptop. And the first is one of my favorite things that I've been using a lot lately, an external hard disk drive docking station. So this one that I have is from Anker, and it's $36. So this one does USB 3.0 and eSATA to SATA. It's an external hard drive docking station. You can do 2.5 or 3.5 inch hard disk drives or solid state drives, which is great. I have been able to put internal hard disk drives in here and be able to read them. I had one that was broken, and I was able to solve the problem with it just by plugging it in and running some software.
It's really, the number of people I know like backing off entire video projects onto these, or if you're like, I just need to image this. I need to image my system in case it dies. Basically buy a nice hard drive, an inexpensive hard drive, stuff it into this, then put it in, you know, the safe, the closet, a Ziploc bag.
And make sure you keep the cable to those things.
Yes, make sure you do. You've been using also Seagate's 2 terabyte portable external hard drive.
Yeah, so this thing is great. I actually bought one of these for my mom, and she loves it. So I don't have it on hand because I gifted it to her. But I told her that it's important to back up all her photos because she has tons and tons of pictures that she takes at like holidays and stuff like that. So I bought this for her. It's less than $100. It's this 2 terabyte portable external hard drive. It's USB 3.0, which is great. So it has speeds up to 640 megabits per second, which is the top speed that you can get with USB 3.0.
Not going to blow anybody away on the SSD side of things.
It's not, but it works great for if you just need something to back up, or if you just need something small that's very, very portable that you can take with you like in a purse, or it even fits in your pocket too.
Or you don't want to spend $1,000 on an SSD that size.
Exactly. So that thing's great, 2 terabyte portable. It's $86 at the moment on Amazon.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Crucial's MX300, it's a 750 gigabyte SATA 2.5 inch internal solid state drive.
Ooh, pretty.
Very similar cost per gigabyte as the Samsung 850, but the 750 gigabyte model for $200, which by the way was showing up for $140 during Amazon Prime Day, is a lot more affordable to me than the $320 you pay for a 1 terabyte Samsung 850 SSD, and a lot more storage than a $160 500 gigabyte SSD. It's just, it's just right. It's
That's
right
a
there
great
in the
price.
middle. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I like
By the way, Forget about GPUs until prices for the AMD Radeon 470 and the NVIDIA GTX 1070, or I should say until the 470 and the 1070 start shipping in volume, and the prices on the 470, the 480, the 1070, and the 1080
averaging out.
They're like way over MSRP. At this point, they're like 150% of MSRP.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like a $500 GPU selling for like $800.
Yeah, no thanks.
So they're a little overpriced right now.
Yeah.
Gee whiz, if you're buying memory, I almost always buy like Crucial, just because it's been like
Crucial's great.
If I'm not overclocking, I'm going for the least expensive memory that'll work on my motherboard. If I'm overclocking, then it gets more complicated.
Yeah. Crucial's a good choice. And since we are talking about memory, why don't we talk about flash drives?
Well,
because
okay.
Everybody loves flash drives.
And also, you and I are constantly, we're moving, video elements around, we're capturing stuff, we're saving video.
All the time.
So
you need something that's reliable
Yeah.
and that has a lot of storage space, but is also a good price, and it's going to like not be destroyed if you plug it in multitudes of times into your computer. So one that I've been using is called the Samsung 128 gig USB 3.0 flash drive. This it's fast, it doesn't get super hot, and it's very small and portable. And I like that it has the little loop on it, so you can stick it on a keychain. Yeah, it's keychain friendly. So I really like this one. It's only $33, so I consider that to be a great price when you're thinking about flash drives. If you don't feel like getting 128 gigs, there's also this one, which is $30, and it's from SanDisk. SanDisk makes excellent flash drives. I've been buying their flash drives for years. This one's a 64 gig USB 3.0 as well. Transfer speeds up to 245 megabytes per second. So it's fast. It's good for a flash drive. I like it.
It is good for a flash drive. This little guy is not quite as fast as the SanDisk UltraFit 128 gigabyte USB 3.0. Not as fast as the pic you just showed up.
But it's so lit.
Yeah, well, that's just it, right? I leave this actually full-time in a USB port in my laptop, and I have 2 or 3 of these I use when I'm doing things with Raspberry Pis, because they will fit in the Raspberry Pi without sticking out of the side of the case. And those are actually incredibly inexpensive. It's $23 for 128 gigabytes.
That's nice.
Yeah. And
I'm okay with that price.
Look, you're building a Raspberry Pi box, 32 gigabytes for $10.
That's
Excuse
great.
me, $10.33. USB 3.0 card readers, one of the great struggles of the modern age.
Yeah, seriously.
As they eliminate more and more laptops.
So
this has an SD card reader.
That was an issue that I had with my home computer. I found out the hard way that it can only accept SD cards up to a certain size. So I needed to get a SDXC card reader that would actually work with more than just like one card. So I ended up purchasing this little guy that can accept SDHC, SDXC, and all sorts of cards in between that. And it accepts micro SD, SD, as well as CF, which I have never used before, and I probably never will. But given that it was $13, it was a very small investment to put in so that I could actually read my micro SD cards without having to buy like a thing that I had to carry around. I just stick this in via USB, and it works great.
I will point out, I bought a micro SD card for $12 so I could get the Lexar micro SD reader, USB 3.0 micro SD reader that came with the card. Like, I just got a cheap 16 gigabyte micro SD card just so I could get the micro SD reader, although the one I got was USB 3.0, not Lightning, I should point out.
So if you guys are curious about my picks for micro SD cards and SD cards, first off, my favorite SD card is a Transcend 64 gig high-speed 10 UHS-3 flash memory card. It's 9560 read-write speeds, and you can get larger ones if you want to, but I use this for photography. I've been using this card for my Sony A7R II, Sony
I'm just
camera.
laughing because I was like staring off into space at the big giant SD card on the monitor down there. So if I looked like I was completely derptastic, I was just,
this thing it reads very, very quickly. I'm very, very happy with it, and it's excellent for photography, especially if you're taking raw pictures or 4K too.
And it's not a Samsung
big fan.
or a SanDisk, which makes it very unusual around here.
Isn't that weird? But I like it. It works excellent, so I keep it around. And then the other one I wanted to mention too is called the Samsung 64 gig Evo Plus Class 10 Micro SDXC card. So this one I've been using in my GoPro. I use a smaller one. Mine is 32 gigs, but it's the same brand, same size, or same speed. same class, and it works very, very good for those quick read-write speeds. So highly suggest getting yourself a Samsung Evo Plus, because they are really, really good. Like, that's the only time you'll hear me geek out about micro SD cards, probably.
I own a bunch of those because of my complete insane relationships to Raspberry Pis.
Yay!
And chip $9 PCs,
yes,
which are really fun to play with.
So fun.
And also inexpensive. While we're talking cheap stuff for your PC, keep an eye out on the Dell outlet, especially for monitors, gazelles, if you're looking for good deals on tablets and phones, and other refurbished gear, especially from the Apple Store, if you're looking for a deal on a laptop. I've gotten some great deals from all three of those places. I guess Gazelle is more actually used than refurbished, but yeah, the Dell outlet and refurbished gear from Apple, which is getting harder and harder to find because they're burying it deeper and deeper on the Apple website, or maybe I'm just getting less and less capable of searching the website.
We got a tweet from Harjar, who tweeted out, "Would you do a review of gaming keyboards under $50? I am looking at the Fire Rose mechanical gaming keyboard. Love the show."
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure.
Oh, why not? I'm a little burnt from the earbuds, which were just so close and yet so far. So if you are looking for, actually, I have been fragged so many times. People have destroyed me so many times. Let's just be straight up. Ladies and gentlemen, $24.49, what you're looking at right here, is the Cooler Master Devastator LED gaming keyboard and mouse combo bundle.
It's a good price.
Yeah, $24.49 for the blue version. It's a nice step up from the beater keyboard that came with your PC, especially as it probably is several years old at this point. You're gonna have to cough up $29.99 if you want green or orange.
Oh man,
I'm just saying.
That's a lot of money.
That is not a mechanical keyboard, but the reality is the vast majority of us are pretty happy with membrane keyboards day in and day out. As far as the first player Fire Rose ergonomic waterproof chroma LED illuminated mechanical gaming keyboard, it was $45 on Amazon, but it's sold out, $55 on Newegg. That's like half the cost of a typical mechanical keyboard. There is no wrist rest in the box. These are roughly cherry blue keys.
Roughly?
Roughly. Well, okay, so they're like cherry blue clones. They are very light. They're very clicky, right? If you want a clicky keyboard, this will make you happy. These are Otimo, I want to say blues, which is again their cherry blue clone. 4mm total travel. The pressure for these is incredibly light. They're saying 30 grams. That's roughly half the pressure that an actual cherry blue takes to press.
That's good.
They will use standard cherry custom keys, but I feel that they have sort of a sloppier fit and feel than a cherry keyboard.
Oh yeah.
There is no programmability on the LEDs. You have the rainbow.
And that's it?
That's it. And it's ridiculously bright if you plug it in for the first time in a dark room.
Can you turn them off?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Function minus or plus to dim them or brighten them up. Function and home will turn on the breathing effect. Function plus scroll lock to just turn them on or off.
What is the breathing effect?
You look at the video.
Okay.
It pulses.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
If you want a bargain mechanical keyboard, my friend Brad from TechKeys.us says Gatoron switches, which are also knockoff MX switches or knockoff Cherry switches. In his humble opinion, he says Gatoron switches are excellent replacements for Cherry. Their build quality is great. They fit identically, and I even think they are a bit smoother than some flavors of Cherry.
Okay.
Some folks describe the Gatorons as, this is me speaking, not Brad, by the way, TechKeys.us, awesome website. A lot of people describe the Gatorons as like cherries after you've used them for a couple hundred hours because they smooth out. They feel like cherries after they've been broken in. Keep an eye out for a keyboard with those switches.
Yay! I hope that helps you, Harjar. And of course, if you guys have tweets that you want to send us, you can always send those over to @TekThing. But moving on, we're almost done with our wrap up. We have a few more things to share with you.
Hammer on keys when it's plugged into my...
Probably not. You're going to open up all sorts of strange websites.
All sorts of strange websites.
Let's move on to something audio and video that I just received in the mail. It's the UE Roll 2 Bluetooth waterproof speaker. Bluetooth waterproof.
It comes with a floaty.
It comes with a floaty. I can't get over the floaty. All right, so this thing is $100.
What? $100 for a Bluetooth audio player?
Yeah, well, you know what? It actually sounds really good. It's from Logitech.
Yes.
They make really, really good Bluetooth speakers. If you've listened to any of the UE Boom speakers in the
very
past,
nice.
this one's very similar to this. Bass is not as good quality as the other UE Booms.
Well, it's also much smaller than the other
It's much
UE
smaller.
booms.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a pill with a floaty.
So this one is actually, it's IPX7 waterproof. So you can do 1 meter for up to 30 minutes. I did run it underwater and it was awesome. I could still listen to my music. It'll last for 9 hours of playtime. It's Bluetooth and the range is really far. It's 100 feet.
Whoa.
And you can daisy chain 2 of them together.
To get sort of a mock stereo effect floating around the pool.
Mock stereo, yeah. And then it comes with the floaty again. As far as the actual audio sound, it gets really loud. Voices are very crisp and clear. Bass is practically non-existent, just gonna put that out there, but I did not get any clipping. It was just like no bass.
Yeah.
So it does get to 86 decibels, which is great. That's pretty average for that price range too. The frequency range is 108 hertz all the way down to 20 kilohertz.
Hence the lack of bass.
Yes.
At least they're honest about it.
At least they are honest about it. Yeah, that's true. So the UE Boom, like the at-home speaker, it is better. The drivers, there's one 2-inch driver with 2 tweeters in it, so keep that in mind. Yeah, so it's just one driver. And there's an app, but the app is crap, so I wouldn't recommend downloading it.
So just basically connect to
pretty
it
much
via
terrible.
Bluetooth and play your music. And I'm assuming the big plus and minus are bringing the volume up and down.
Yes, and then the little Velcro app, which you have stuck on here, you can also put that on a backpack if you want. So it's very portable, it's durable as well. I like it. I'm
just waiting for you to swing it around like a mace and clock it in the head with it.
I'm gonna take it out with me to a beach and I'm gonna see how it deals with salt water. That's gonna be fun. I'll probably destroy it.
Everyone needs a hobby. Roku boxes are one of the best deals out there if you want all of, well, everything but Apple in just one box.
Pretty much, yeah. The Roku streaming stick is the cheapest one with the best quality. This one is $49, and they do unbiased search just like the other Rokus on the market. It is very portable, so this one is great for hotels. You can take it with you, it fits into any luggage, and it allows you to log into a website even if it requires some kind of wireless sign-in, like a sign-in browser, which many hotels do. So that's highly recommended if you want something that's inexpensive, especially to travel with.
You're doing that 300-day-a-year travel thing. I ruined you for cheap headphones, although these are actually pretty inexpensive.
These are nice. So these are the Sony MDR headphones. They're the 7506 professional headphones. We've used these in the studio for a long time.
Yeah.
We have these in every single room as far as anybody that needs audio to listen and edit and to, you know, record stuff in the podcasts, all the podcasts. So this one is $79.99. It's $80. Foldable for storage, and it also comes with a nice little travel bag. It's over the ear. It reduces sound really, really well.
They're really good at isolating you from sound.
Very, very good.
They are just about impossible to kill.
Yes.
Somebody finally broke the cable on mine.
Finally?
Well, I had a pair that was like 6 years old, and they basically whipped them around the base of a chair leg and yanked on them. And that finally pulled one of the wires out of one of the ear cups.
And the frequency response on these guys, it's 10 hertz down to 20 kilohertz. And you can definitely tell when you're listening to them. Like, it's really, really good range.
They're about the best over-ear headphones you're going to get for under $150, although there are some new challengers coming your way.
Yay.
And by the way, I mentioned it before, Monoprice 8323, $16. Hard to kill, better headphones can be had, but not without spending about 5 times as much, like for the Sony MDR 7506s.
And hey, since it is summertime, I also wanted to mention some cheap camping technology too. I have just a couple of things. I don't know why all of my cheap camping tech just happens to be for lighting, but it is. So first off, I have this little LED lantern.
The night is dark and full of terror.
Pretty much. I'm like, oh, bears. So my first thing is this LED lantern. It is not rechargeable. It does require 2 AA batteries, but it's like really bright. Yeah, it's very, very bright, and it's inexpensive. It's currently on sale for $10, but generally it's $45, $55. I've never seen it that price. I think I bought these when they were $15.
Yeah.
So good deal. The other thing that I wanted to mention is called the OREI 400 lumens professional flashlight. So these are really nice, and they are rechargeable. It comes with a rechargeable battery, which you just charge in with a little AC adapter. So I love it. Very, very handy, especially if you need to fix something in the middle of the night or go to the bathroom.
Best thing about this is, unlike so many of the flashlights, the inexpensive aluminum flashlights out there, there isn't like, okay, high beam, low beam, tactical, well, yeah, and then the flickering one and stuff. They're completely insane making. My older son got to go to knife and fire camp. Because, you know, that's the way we roll. If you're looking for an inexpensive knife for like hobbyists or camping, Moraniv. This is the companion Flixblade. These are Swedish-made knives. They sell for $15. They are relatively bomb-proof, and they will take a fantastic edge. They are pretty amazing. If you need a Leatherman, do yourself a favor and don't buy one off of. I love supporting my local hardware store, but they charge MSRP for this stuff, and I picked mine up for like $41.
Wow. Which
is like $25 less than any retail place around me would sell them for.
That's a great price.
I'm just saying. You want to get some good solar-powered equipment?
I do. I don't have any solar-powered equipment for camping, but I would love to invest in some inexpensive but decent solar-powered products that I can use for camping.
Yeah.
Because it's something that I haven't delved too much into. So if you guys have any ideas for that, definitely hit me up. ask@tekthing.com so that I know where to start with my solar panel excursion.
I'm going to get the terrible Harbor Freight solar panel kit, inexpensive solar panel kit with a big 20%
like
coupon.
Little mini panels that I can take out with me.
A lot of them suck. And
Yeah,
that's
I
the
know.
problem. And a lot of the
That's
stuff
the problem.
that is a lot of the solar stuff that is like, you know, expedition grade, super cool, is actually pretty crappy too if you try to use it in any kind of an extreme environment.
All right. I think that has wrapped up our cheap hardware technology.
Remember, one last thing. Once in a while, put down the phone, step away from the screen, close the laptop, and do something analog, like Silverio's pick.
Yay! He says, hello to you both, taking the do something analog and shaking it up a little, using Pokemon Go to get out there and find interesting locations around my neighborhood, and running into funny moments like a Magikarp laying in the street. With more apps like Ingress growing, it can motivate us to get active more often. Thank you so much for sending that in. And yes, I feel you on the whole finding a Magikarp in the middle of the street thing. That's a little awkward. Kind of want to save it. I guess you. Well,
I'll just send in a picture of a roadkill next week.
That's horrible.
You just showed a
goldfish
fish that can't breathe laying in the middle of a street.
I mean, it's Magikarp though. He's not that great.
Oh! Pokemon Slam and mic drop. I'm Patrick Norton.
I'm Shannon Morris.
We'll see you next week on TekThing.
Let's play a little kitty cat.
What you can't hear through the video you're listening to is the dog whistle like squeak that you were just laying out when you were talking about Eevee. Don't do it.
Oh,
Your
sorry.
head might explode.
Yeah, it might. Oh my god, I love Eevee. I just want one. I love Eevee. So cute.
Now I want to watch Fooly just because it's like the anti-Pokemon. Hey, you got a favorite anime? Do us a favor, send us an email what you're watching at ask@tekthing.com. And if you have some tech bargains you really wish we'd covered, or some places where you're looking to spend less, for example, one of the most common questions we get, how can I spend less on the internet? Move to someplace with Google Fiber. You're still squeaking and looking at Pokemon
I need to
pictures.
close this or I'm
Pokemon.
Oh,
I have to say Pokemon or Shannon will mock me mercilessly.
Thank you everybody for watching the show, and we will see you next week.